Hello everyone, welcome to Career Guidance. In this today's class, we're going to learn some basics of C programming. First of all, we need to go to history of C programming. C seems a strange name for a programming language, but this strange sounding language is one of the most popular computer languages today because it's a structured, high-level, machine-independent language. It allows software developers to develop programs without worrying about the hardware platforms where they will be implemented. The root of all modern languages is ALGOL, introduced in early 1960s. ALGOL was the first computer language to use a block structure. Although it never became popular in USA, it was widely used in Europe. ALGOL gave the concept of structured programming to the computer science community. Computer scientists like Corrado Bond, Lucid Jacopini, and Edster Jakarta popularized this concept during 1960s. Subsequently, several languages were announced. In 1967, Martin Richards developed a language called BCPL, which is called Basic Combined Programming Language. This is primarily for writing system software. In 1970, Ken Thompson created a language using many features of BCPL and called it simply B. B was used to create early versions of Unix operating system at Bell Laboratories. Both BCPL and B were typeless system programming languages. C was evolved from Algol, BCPL and B by Denis Ritchie at Bell Laboratories in 1972. C uses many concepts from these languages and added the concept of data types are strongly associated with Unix. This operating system, which was also developed at Bell Laboratories, was coded almost entirely in C. Unix is one of the most popular network operating systems in use, and the heart of the Internet Data Superhighway, we can call it C programming. For many years, C was used mainly in academic environments, but eventually, with the release of many C compilers for commercial use and the increasing popularity of Unix, it began to gain widespread support among the computer professionals. Today, C is running under a variety of operating systems and hardware platforms. During 1970s, C had evolved into what is now known as traditional C. The language became more popular after publication of the C programming language book. The rapid growth of C led to development of different versions of the language that were similar but often incompatible. This posed a serious problem for system developers. To ensure that C language remains standard, in 1983, American National Standards Institute appointed a technical committee to define a standard for C. The committee approved a version of C in December 1989, which is now known as ANSI-C or ANSI-C. It was then approved by the International Standards Organization (ISO) in 1990. This version of C is also referred as C89. During 1990s, C++, a language entirely based on C, underwent a number of improvements and changes and became ANSI or ISO approved language in 1977. C++ added several new features to C, make it not only a true object-oriented language but also a more versatile language. During the same period, Sun Microsystems of USA created a new language, Java, modeled on C and C++. All popular computer languages are dynamic in nature. They continue to improve their power and scope by incorporating new features, and C is no exception. So coming here, these are some features which we have seen in C, and just we have learned what is programming. So coming to programming, computer has a certain language in which it understands its way of learning. That means a computer has a coding so that we can send our speeches to the computer. Computer understands the machine language which is in binary 0 1 1 zeros, whatever it is, and the language known as is just a general English. C programming provides us a platform which converts our language into the computer machine language so that it can understand our commands and can produce easily outputs for us. Why do we need programming? It's a very funny question, because in now modern days we need everything is based on programming. Our mobile phones, our computers, even our washing machines, our TV remotes, everything is based on programming. So that's the need we have programming. And what's a module or a function? Coming to a module, it is better to be explained in programming style rather than in a theoretical way, so that I will further explain this modular function in later on programming concepts. And types of programming paradigms. Basically, programming paradigms are of three types. First one is structure oriented programming paradigm, and second one is partially object oriented programming paradigm, and then finally comes the third one, object oriented programming paradigm. And importance of C. Previously, I have told all the importances that we have been facing in C and basic concepts of C. The first one is character set.